Welcome back to the channel, friends, and if you're new here, my name is Abiyah, and I share vegan recipes with the spice of my lifestyle. And most of you know, recently I've relocated from St. Louis, Missouri to Atlanta, Georgia, and I've been in Georgia now for a little over a month. The move went smoothly, thank God. The time I took to carefully organize and plan everything really worked in my favor. And to add to that blessing, I was also able to transfer my job to our corporate office here in downtown Georgia, which I am really grateful for. I don't have to look for a job, so that is a blessing. My schedule in Atlanta has changed. Now, instead of 4 a.m., I get up at 3 a.m. in the morning because I still like my slow mornings. Plus, I leave work early enough to avoid the morning rush hour traffic. And also, guys, shortly after I moved, I came down with a chest cold, and that chest cold lasted about 3 weeks, which took a lot of energy out of me. But now I'm feeling much better, and now I am ready to start making videos and sharing my lifestyle along with vegan meals. Yesterday I wanted to make like a chickpea tuna salad, kind of like tuna fish salad, but I didn't have any chickpeas. Surprisingly, I normally always have chickpeas, but I did not have a can of chickpeas, so I used a can of cannelloni beans, and this is what it looks like. Let me stir it up. I made it yesterday. But this is what it looks like. It still really tastes really good with the cannelloni beans. But this is what I'm having for lunch today. And I'm going to eat them with some crackers instead of bread, and carrots, celery, and tomatoes for a snack. Boring lunch, I know, but it does the job, okay? So that's what I'm packing for lunch today. And like I said, friends, I have been sick since I've been here. I have had the worst chest cold. And now I'm getting to the end of the chest cold, but I'm still taking medicine because it's been a struggle adjusting to the new schedule and everything with the big move that I just did, but it's working out great, actually. So lunch is done, and I know it's still early in the morning, but lunch is done. Lunch is ready. I bring my lunch still every day, and of course, as you guys know, I have my protein shake and my collagen shake in here. So I am going to go grab my work laptop and all that jazz. And yeah, and we're going to hit the road and get ready to beat this rush hour traffic. So as you guys can see, I have a busy life. My schedule definitely has changed from when I lived in St. Louis, Missouri to now my life in Atlanta. And I've been here about a month now, and most of the time I've been sick. But now that I'm over my sickness, I am feeling more vibrant. I am getting familiar or getting acclimated with my routine. Bella is doing wonderful here. Everything is just really going great. So, with that being said, with my new schedule, I had to come up with some easy, simple vegan recipes that I can make on a work week that don't require a lot of time. So today I am going to be sharing with you 3 easy, simple vegan meals that you can make under 30 minutes, and each meal is definitely savory with a spice of joy. Look, you guys like my new apron? Look at my apron. I love it. My mom and Wendy made me 2 aprons. So that was my gift from them when I came here. So thank you, Mom, and thank you, Wendy. It says Cooking with Abiyah. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. So I will be wearing my new gift throughout today's video. So today's recipes or today's meals that I'm going to be making, one is Beyond Steak with rice and edamame. It is so savory, so delicious. The other meal that I'm going to be making today is a Southwestern quinoa bowl. And then I'm going to be making my chickpea salad sandwich. So let's get into it. I'm going to start by thinly slicing some celery and some red onions. Here I have 1 can of chickpeas, garbanzo beans. They're the same thing. And I know some of y'all vegans are going to be like, do not pour this aquafaba, which is the juice from the chickpeas, out, because you can use it, but I don't know what to do with it yet. So I'm pouring mine out. And I am going to just give my chickpeas a rinse until it becomes clear. And after you rinse your chickpeas, you can put them in a small food processor, or you can just smash them with a fork. This time, I decided to just use a fork because I didn't feel like dirtying up any more dishes, because I have 3 recipes to make here today. But I am just smashing them up with a fork. You want to smash them up until you get a consistency similar to this. To the chickpeas, I am going to add about a 1/3 cup of the onions and the celery. I'm going to add 1 tablespoon of dill and 1 tablespoon of capers with some of that juice in there. Then I'm going to add 1.5 teaspoons of Dijon mustard. I'm adding 2 tablespoons of sweet relish, and I'm also going to add 2 tablespoons of furikake, which is a Japanese seasoning that I was able to find at my Asian market. If you can't find it, you can also use seaweed wraps that you can find at your local grocery store. But it helps to give it that tuna taste, I guess. Works for me. Then I'm going to go ahead and add 1 teaspoon of garlic powder, 1 teaspoon of onion powder. I'm also going to add 1 teaspoon of smoked paprika and a 1/2 teaspoon of black pepper. And I'm also going to add 1 teaspoon of black salt. Black salt helps to give it that eggy taste, which I was not able to find at any store, so I ordered mine from Amazon. And if you go to my website, you can find it on my website. There is a link. Then you want to give everything a nice mix, and it should look something like this. And after everything is well mixed, you want to add 2 to 3 teaspoons of vegan mayo. I would start by adding only 2 teaspoons first, mix it up, and see if it's moist enough. If it's not, then add another teaspoon, but it really depends on your preference. Give that a mix, and then you're all done, and it should look like this. For me, I can eat this for dinner or for lunch, but it's quick, simple, and easy to make. You can make this in less than 30 minutes. This dish, of course, is packed with protein. Let's go ahead and assemble our sandwich together because this is not it, y'all. We gotta, put some more stuff on top of it. So I am about to toast some bread so we can go ahead and put this meal together. Our bread is nice and toasted. So now we're going to go ahead and assemble our sandwich, friends. So here I have some, actually I'm going to put my avocados on first because I'm going to actually smash them on the bread so they can be kind of like a spread, kind of like that. Okay. Now, if you make this, you can make it any way you choose, but I like to add these extra toppings because it does help for you to feel full. Okay, so there's my avocado. Then I'm going to go ahead and add some red leaf lettuce. Now you can use any lettuce you choose to use. I just chose red leaf because I just figured it would look good for the presentation. Okay. Okay, so I got my lettuce on there. Now I'm going to go ahead and add my pickles. Okay. Going to add my cucumbers to it. Then I'm going to top it with my tomatoes. And I'm going to sprinkle a little salt. I don't know, y'all. You just got to have a little salt on your tomatoes. And here's some salt. And I don't normally cook with a lot of salt, but salt on tomatoes to me just tastes good. Just a little sprinkle of salt. You can add some pepper if you choose. Now we're going to go in with our tuna salad, friends. I mean, chickpea salad, I'm sorry. Tastes so much like tuna salad, I'm calling it a chickpea salad. Oh my goodness, look at that. This looks so delicious. Pile it on there. Okay, and we're gonna put our on top. Look at that sandwich, friends. This is going to be so fun to eat. Look at that. And I like to serve mine with chips. You can serve them with fruit, apples, grapes, carrots, whatever you choose. But I'm going to put some chips on here, y'all. Because, I don't know, I just like the crunch of the chips. Oh, yes. Let's take this first bite. Oh. Mmm. So the next dish I'm making today is my Beyond steak tips with rice and edamame. Now this dish I've made like 3 times because it's so savory. full of flavor. It's so delicious and it's so easy to make. So what I'm using for my steak, guys, is Beyond Steak. This right here, my goodness gracious. It tastes like steak. It tastes like real meat. It has the texture of real meat, and it doesn't come seasoned, but we're gonna make sure we take care of that today. So this is what I'm gonna be using is Beyond Steak. So delicious. So many things you can do with this right here. Now, I don't remember where I found this at. I'm sure it's at one of my local grocery stores here in Georgia. And then my other new find, friends, is these edamames. Oh my goodness. I am addicted to these things. It's a soybean and they're in the pods. I get the ones that are in the pods in the frozen section. You can get the ones that are not in the pods, but for me, I just find that eating them while they're in the pods just adds a little fun to your dish. But I'm going to go ahead and show you guys how I season these and get these things savory as well. And the rice I'm going to be using is just jasmine rice that I'm going to cook in a rice cooker. So let's get started. So while our rice is cooking, we're going to go ahead and cook our edamame first. So I am going to cook the whole the whole bag of edamame. This is a 14-ounce bag, and to the bag, I'm going to add 1/3 cup of broth, vegetable broth to it. And then I'm going to also add some plant-based butter. You can use any butter of your choice, but it just helps to add a little flavor to it. You can bake these in the oven. You can have them as a side dish for your meal. You can use them, eat them as a snack. I just think they're fun and they're really savory the way I make them, of course. I'm going to add about 2 tablespoons of coconut aminos. Edamame beans is packed with protein. So to this, I'm going to add some black pepper. I'm also going to add some smoked paprika. Now, I don't measure. This one I didn't measure. I'll pre-measure out the ingredients. I'm going to assume a half a teaspoon or a teaspoon or whatever you like. Now, this here is one of my favorite seasonings. I think I showed you guys this when I was in Missouri, but it's roasted garlic bouillon, 0 salt, and I can't find it here in Georgia. And look, y'all, that's all. I barely have any left. So I'm going to go ahead and use all of this in there. I'm also going to add some garlic powder and onion powder. I'm not going to add any salt because the liquid aminos have salt in it already. And I don't cook with a lot of salt. Give this a mix. And basically, we're just going to cook this until they, get unfrozen. And that's pretty much all I do to it. Cook it down till they get unfrozen. And then we'll set this aside. And friends, this is what you're looking for when you're cooking them. As they cook, your liquid and moisture in there, or your liquid in here will start to evaporate, and your seasoning is going to stick to the pods. And that's what you're looking for. So as you're, I know it's going to sound nasty, but as you're sucking the edamame out of the pods, you're getting all of that flavor. And that's what you want. So these are just about done. It's probably been a good 5 minutes, guys. And these are just about done. And we're going to set these to a side. And then we're going to start cooking our Beyond Steak tips. Y'all got to see this. Look how savory they look. My goodness. Oh my gosh. So savory. Your edamame is done. No need to rinse your pan out, y'all, because we're going to use that same pan for our beef, for our Beyond Steak. Our steak is not going to take long to cook at all. So to this, I am going to add in my Beyond Steak. There we go. And I'm going to see if I can position y'all over here like that, because my shadow is kind of in the way. There we go. And that's what it looks like, guys. See what it looks like? It looks like steak tips. Okay. So to this, I am going to add in a dollop of liquid smoke, not too much, maybe a half a teaspoon. I am also going to add in some more coconut aminos. Maybe a tablespoon or two. Okay. And I'm also going to add some vegan W sauce. Maybe a tablespoon. Give this a mix. And then we're going to add in our basic seasonings, which is garlic powder, onion powder, smoked paprika, black pepper. And we are, I'm not going to add any salt to it. Yeah, I don't cook with a lot of salt. So if you like salt, you go right ahead. Sometimes I feel like the sauces I use have enough salt in it for me. So that's smoked paprika. I'm adding in some garlic powder, maybe a teaspoon of each, onion powder, or a tablespoon or a teaspoon, whatever is your choice, guys. Season to how you like it, but these are the seasons I'm using. Black pepper. Okay. And we're going to give this a mix. Now, this dish can be cooked on a busy work week. You know, you get home late and you need something quick, easy, and savory that doesn't take up a lot of dishes. This is your go-to meal, okay? Because this is almost done. Almost done. Now we're going to add the star ingredient. Let's add our star Japanese barbecue sauce. Yo. Now this, you can put as little or as much as you want. Oh my gosh. There's no right or wrong. Little or as much as you like. And even after I plate it, I add more. Look at the dish. It is so delicious. I hope you guys try this simple, easy meal that you can cook on a busy work week in under 30 minutes. Savory, full of flavor, delicious. The whole family will actually enjoy this meal. Okay, friends, I get so excited when I eat this dish because it's so good. So delicious. So here we go. Rice is cooked to perfection. First, whoops, first bite for you. Here you go, friends. Yum, yum, yum. Mm, mm. So delicious. And here's the edamame in the pods, and look at all that flavor on it. Look at all that flavor. Mm. And the beans, the edamame just come right out. But you get all that flavor on the pods. Mm. Don't eat the pods. Just eat the bean inside. Mm. Delicious. All right, family, we are down to our last recipe of this video. And this is my Southwestern quinoa salad. And you may already know, but quinoa is a complete protein. Like I said, each and every one of these dishes on this video is packed with protein, using no tofu, cooked in less than 30 minutes, okay? So this is a quick and simple, easy meal. The only thing that requires cooking in this dish is the quinoa itself. And the quinoa that I am going to be using is just some organic white quinoa. I think I got this from Target. But anytime you cook with quinoa, please make sure you rinse and rinse and rinse and rinse. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go ahead and rinse my quinoa and put that in the rice cooker with vegetable broth or vegetable stock, vegetable broth, whatever you have. I normally like to cook my quinoa, my rice in vegetable broth because it just gives it a little flavor. That's just me. So let's go ahead and cook this according to the instructions on the packet. And for the rest of the ingredients, it's just going to require some dicing and rinsing and getting everything prepared. And then we're also going to top it with a homemade dressing. So let's get started. Get it, girl. Get it, girl. Get it, girl. Get it, girl. Calm down, Abiyah. Okay. Yeah, I know I can get out of hand sometimes. Sometimes I can get out of hand. So let's get back to the program, okay? Because I'm over here excited. We down to the last one because y'all, these cooking videos take time. Yeah. But we got this, girls. We got this. Let's do this. Let's go. Let's get into it. Woo! My package calls for 1 cup of quinoa to 1.5 cups of water or broth. And this should make about 4 servings. So my quinoa is already rinsed. So I'm adding my broth. That's 1 cup and a half of this. There we go. 1.5 cups. All right, it's in there. Let's make sure it's all in there. All righty. Now let's close this and cook it. So while my quinoa is cooking, I am going to go ahead and open and rinse 1 can of black beans and 1 can of chickpeas. So I'm going to go ahead and rinse these out and get these ready. And it also calls for corn. I'm going to use a frozen corn for this. So I'm going to take this out the package just so that my corn can defrost. Now you can cook your corn if you want, or you can eat it as is. That's completely up to you. I'm just going to defrost it naturally, no microwave, y'all. And that's okay with me. Or I may saute it in some butter. Maybe I'll do that. But I wanted to keep this sweet and simple, so let's just not do it. Let's just go ahead and just make sure that it's thawed out. So I'm going to go ahead and get my beans ready and my corn. I really don't have a recipe for this dressing, but I did add some chili powder, some cumin, some salt, and some olive oil. I gave it a mix, and something was not quite right, so I added a little bit more chili powder, and then later on, I added some roasted garlic powder, and it was great. And don't forget the freshly squeezed lime. Yes. So I don't really have the measurements, but these are the ingredients that I use to make this dressing for the Southwestern quinoa salad. That's one of the joys of cooking, I find, is that you play around with seasonings and you go with what you like. So one day I'm going to get the proper measurements for this dressing. So now we're going to plate. We're going to put our quinoa down. And you could use a bowl. I'm not using a bowl, y'all, because I'm just plating because I'm not going to eat this tonight. I'm full. But You can put this in a bowl. I'm just going to use a plate, but this is the cooked quinoa. And I got all my toppings here. Okay. My dressing, my corn. Oh my God. Okay. So we're just going to assemble our dish. Cut you some black beans, some garbanzo beans, chickpeas. Choose some corn. Right there. Okay. We're going to get some red onions. Right there. And I like colored tomatoes, y'all. You can use whatever tomatoes you like. I just like to make it festive with colors. Okay. Then we're going to top it with some cilantro. Okay. Abiyah. There's no A at the end. It's an O. And you can put as little as much as you like. I really like cilantro, so I use a lot. Okay, because I really like it. Okay, and this is our dressing, and we are just going to drizzle some dressing over it. This dressing is really delicious. Okay, our Southwestern quinoa bowl. Southwestern quinoa salad, I should call it. Yeah. Okay. That looks so delicious. Look at that deliciousness. Let me take a picture before I dig in, y'all. This is the last dish of today's video. And I like to just mix all the ingredients together. Make sure that dressing's in there. Make sure everything's mixed in. Yeah. And this is a quick, easy, simple meal that you can have on a work week in less than 30 minutes. Okay? Complete protein, packed with protein. You can add you an avocado, y'all. Y'all can do all of that jazz. Yeah. So let's get a tomato in there as well. Here's the first bite for you, my friends. Okay. Mm-hmm. All of these ingredients just taste so fresh. So fresh. Friends, this concludes our video for today. Thank you so much for joining me. And I enjoy sharing these recipes with all of you. And I'm a new vegan. In case you're new to the channel, I'm a new vegan. I'm figuring things out, but I'm making it work. And what I find that helps me to keep going is these type of meals. That's quick, simple, easy, and savory. It keeps me going because you can get into some complicated vegan meals, but you don't have to do that all the time. And that's why I'm here to show you that you can still be vegan, eat healthy dishes, have a mouth full of flavor with all the nutrients your body needs. Yes. So that's me. I'm your girl, Abiyah. And if you like today's video, go ahead and subscribe to the channel for more. So until then, guys, keep it savory with the spice of joy. Love ya. Bye.